Okay. Do you think your business needs transforming? Hi, y'all. Thanks for joining me. In less than 15 minutes, I'll be sharing with you how a business transformation coach can help you and your business to grow. Like and share this video if you get value from it. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, just drop a heart in there. Thank you so much for your support. And I'm Dr. P. I'm a strategic business coach, and I've been a school psychologist for about 10 years in K 12 schools on the east and the west coast of the US. And I've also served on professional organization committees at the national level and international level. And I've been a adjunct faculty, a part-time professor for our online psychology program. I've taught about 10 different psychology courses at the master's level. So you might be thinking that your business is in need of a change, right? And it could be because you might not be getting the leads that and the sales that you once used to get, or you might not be keeping employees, or you might think you're not targeting the right goals for your business, right? But the point is that you have this feeling that your business needs something to help it kind of like transform or into something else that's much more profitable, because if you don't, your business might be looking as though you might have to close your doors, right? And we don't want that, because I can say in my experience in the school system, I have seen the kind of things that can happen to a school where things aren't going well. And I've also seen it where things are going well, right? And I've seen where there was a change in administration, whether it's a change in principal or a change of the superintendent or both, or a change of an entire leadership team. And those changes were usually because of multiple years of failing state tests and also multiple years of really, really high suspension rates, right? So you put those two things together and you have students that are not making progress and who are also being suspended at really high rates. So no surprise, that means that the school was not doing well. So you had new administration come in. And the thing is that when new administration comes in, you do see some really interesting things happen. And with the employees who like the previous administration, you tend to hear a lot of grumbling and complaining about why things need to change. And the funny thing is that those same employees were the same ones that were complaining before that things needed to change, right? So you had situations where when these new administrators come in, you had employees who were finally doing what they were actually supposed to be doing, and others who were finally doing their job and not the job of 2 to 4 different people, right? And I've also seen where rewards can serve as a huge motivator to sustain new behaviors when you have that change in behaviors, right? And working as a special education administrator, I saw that resistance to change, and I also saw those complaints, but I also saw the benefit of staff feeling relieved and welcoming improvements, right? So got to see a combination of both of those things. So the thing is that when new administration comes in, I saw how they analyzed what was currently happening, right? They analyze what was happening in the schools. They look at the goals for the school. They look at the vision. They look at the mission. And they also interviewed staff to find out what staff views were on the goals, on the vision, on the mission of the school, and really talk to people to find out about their aspirations, for their career and even their current skill sets. And they talked to the customers of the school. Those are the students and the parents, right? So they looked at all that information and pulled all that information together to really craft a plan for future improvement for the school before implementing that plan. So it wasn't a situation as though they came in and just changed everything without consulting anyone. They really looked at what was happening and then used that information to help build on what needed to be put in place. And let me tell you, doing that type of work, it is a lot of work, because you have to get that analysis going. You have to get all that information in order to put it together. And then you have to implement it, right? So, as a business coach, right, I'm looking at the experiences I had with seeing how that transformation can occur in schools and seeing a similar need for some businesses. Because some people have had their business, they've survived the first year, yay, But then they're now in that second year, that third year, that fourth year, and they're kind of struggling because they're trying to figure out, okay, what's happening, what needs to be shaken up, what needs to change so that they can continue moving forward. So if at some point in time you're thinking that you need some type of transformation of sorts, then you might want to consider looking at a business transformation consultant, right? That person that has that familiarity with the methodology of transformational change and transformational leadership. They understand the role of intrinsic motivation among employees, among you who are the leader of the organization, and how all that connects to the success of the organization. Because you are the leader, you play a crucial role in what's going to happen in your business moving forward. So long as you have employees working with you, you have a team, it is your business, you created, and you play a crucial role in how people get to learn about the goals, the vision, and the mission of your business. So I was looking at study.com, and they actually define a behavior transformation consultant as an individual who is hired by the business organization to help them to define future business goals and how to achieve those goals. I know it might sound simple, but again, if you're feeling kind of stuck trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to have happen? What I need to do next? Then you might need to look at a business transformation coach, because that person again is going to come in and define the future business goals and how you're going to achieve those goals. But they're not going to just do that in isolation. They are going to be working with you because they have to get your input, and there are a series of things that they have to do in order to really define what those future goals are going to be. And for the business consultant coach, this is a person coming in because something isn't right and it's not functioning how you want it, and that's why you need a change. So the person, this business transformational coach, is going to come in and assess the current state of affairs of your business. They are, because remember I said to you that's what the new administrators do. That's what they're doing. They're coming in and they're assessing the current state of affairs of your business. They're going to be looking at how things are operating. They're going to identify how effective you are at reaching the goals that you actually outlined for your business. And it's really to help identify those areas where change is needed in order to improve the performance of your business. And the performance of your business, that really requires you and your team members, right? So it's not just one person, it's you and your team members. So really looking at what areas need to be changed. And that's what you want. You want them to highlight those areas for improvement. And it could be your hiring strategies, it could be some corrective strategies you need to happen. It could be with your marketing pipeline, your sales, your automation. Who knows? The point is they're going to be looking at what is really happening in your current business and then help you to make those changes in your business. And did I mention transformation is a lot of work? This isn't easy. So if you don't think you're ready for this, you need to think again before you go into this, because transformation requires a lot of work because there's a behavior change that is happening. You're going to be looking at your existing behaviors, what wasn't working, and then what needs to be put in place so that you can make those improvements. So it is a lot of work. So you got to get ready for it. So with the business transformation coach, sorry, consultant, that person is going to help you with transforming, like I mentioned, that performance levels in your business, looking at your strategic plans, use of technology, your customer service is going to be enhanced. So they're going to be helping you with all those things in your business. You might need to update some policies, some procedures. You might even need to re-examine what you consider to be your best practices, because something isn't working and you got to examine everything, analyze everything to see where that breakdown is happening, so that way you can actually identify the areas for improvement. So the person, that business transformation consultant, they want you to be successful, but in order to be successful you need to have the capacity to sustain the change that is going to be needed to transform your business. And it's going to be looking at sharing that vision among all your team members, having that high level of commitment to working towards the identified very ambitious goals that you have for change. So it is not something in isolation. It's not a random person just coming in and telling you what needs to happen and then walking away. If you truly want this change to occur, You have to make sure you have the capacity for that change, to sustain that change. And that capacity is not just in you and your skill sets as the entrepreneur, business owner, it is also within your team members as well. And you need to be sharing your vision with your team members. And you need to be able to identify those ambitious goals for change and let your team members be aware of those new goals so that you can actually sustain the change. Because again, transformation requires behavioral change, and you need to be ready to be able to support yourself and encourage your team members to take part in that behavior change, because it does require a lot. And you, as a leader, as an entrepreneur, as a founder of the business, as a CEO, whatever your title is in your business, you are the role model. So you have to be showing them what is going to be involved in the change that is needed if you really want to transform your business. So I do want to leave you with two things that you should consider when you're making that decision for hiring a business transformation consultant, right? And those two things, the first one is fit. You want to make sure that the person you're hiring has the expertise that you are looking for. You're not just going to go hire somebody because they are a business transformation coach, because people have different skill sets. Just like you have different skill sets, business transformation coaches have different skill sets. So you want to make sure that the person you're hiring has the expertise you're looking for, because some people might be better off helping out starting businesses, others might be better off at a later stage in the transformational process. Some people might be better off helping micro businesses, small businesses, medium businesses, large businesses. So you need to make sure that whoever you're going to be working with has had that experience in working with your type of business, your type of organization, and in the industry might also be something that you want to consider as well. And then there is the personality of the consultant. You want to make sure you and that person can actually work together, because you're going to be working together for a few months. Because analyzing the state of affairs of your business isn't something that just happens in one day. This person is going to be really looking at what's happening, and this can take a couple weeks and a couple months. So this is somebody you're going to be working with for a while. So you want to make sure you have that good fit there. Then the second thing I really want you to consider is cost. Because having a consultant is not cheap. It is not. So make sure to do your research so that you have options for the consultant that you want to be working with, right? Explore those options. Explore consultants who offer similar packages based on your needs, not somebody else's, but on your needs. And you have to consider the length of time the person is going to be working with you, if that's going to also impact the cost as well. And even find out if they have an idea of how much money you should be setting aside for funding that reward system that you're probably going to need to implement to help sustain the changes that need to be implemented for you and your team. And you have to consider if you want to go with an independent consultant or a consultant who works through a consulting firm. There are pros and cons to going with either one. You need to do your research to figure out which one of them is the best option for you. I'm not here to tell you, hey, you need to go with an independent consultant, or no, you should go with a consulting firm. That decision is actually yours to make. My recommendation is you consider your needs and what you can get from either the independent consultant or the consulting firm. You guys still do your research. So, by the way, McKinsey and Company has several resources and even more insights on what is transformation, how it can be sustained, and why it can fail even after you spend all that money to get that transformation plan. It can still fail, and sustainability and capacity are part of reasons why they can fail. So do check out McKinsey and Company if you want to get some more resources on making that decision on whether or not you want to go with a business transformation consultant. So message me if you want to get more information. If you got value from this, you can drop a like or a heart. Thanks so much for joining me. Remember, solutions plus actions equals results. Bye, y'all.